flying by, away from them, and no one can see me now. I'm miles above you, don't care what they're saying below, 'cause I'm miles above, I'm miles above you.
Oh, I forgot to turn on the mic. But okay, I can just summarize what I have discussed. Okay. Again, what we are trying to do is to review all the codes that we have created on the past. Anyway, although there is no audio, but you're able to see everything or all the codes that we have created. Okay, just to summarize it again. Um, at first, we've created this looping statement. We've fetched all the records from our contacts table, and then we put the looping statement here because what we want to do is just to loop the rows, the table rows from here. Okay, because we've inserted the table tag, HTML tag, to use the table tag, and then we have tr here. We put the while statement here, not here, because we are not planning to loop the entire table or the first row, this part. We don't want to loop that or to include in our looping statement because we are not planning to display repeatedly the table columns. Okay, so what we want to display are all the records that can be fetched from the contacts table. Okay, again, to summarize, so this is part of the read. So we have the CRUD. So the letter R there is read. So this is the read part of our CRUD or the viewing of records. Okay. So after that, we also created on how to insert contact or save contact. So for you to be able to do that, when you click the save button, okay. So you have there the save button, this one. Once it is clicked, you will be redirected into this, and we are getting the values from the form or the form fields value. Okay, because from here we have the txtfm, txtl, and txt contact. No, so these are field names from our form fields. Okay, actually this is the form name frm contact, and we added there two hidden fields because we used that for our editing, but I will discuss it later. Okay, so going back here in our save contact, we echo just to test the values, to display the values if we're getting it right or correct. And then we establish the connection, and in my case I use localhost, or sometimes you could also use 127.0.0.1 for your local server, or you can specify local IP if you are if you have your database from other local IP server, or the public IP if it's already in the cloud and you have the access there, you have the database server. And then mostly they use root and then blank password. So in my case I use admin and then I specify this password. So it depends on you, or it depends on the password. Again, of course you need to install the WAMP, LAMP, or the SAMP, or the XAMP, the SAMP. Okay, so you can choose among them or any of them for you to be able to run the PHP code, because otherwise if you don't install the server, the Ubuntu, I mean not the Ubuntu, that's my operating system, no, Linux. So you need to have the running server for your PHP before you can execute or try this one. Okay, so this is the test database. You can have your own database name, and then in my case that's test, and we created actually the contacts table. Okay, so insert into, and then whatever the table name is, and whatever the values that you, whatever the field names that you want to insert record. Okay, In our case, we have the last name. We did not already include the ID because again, that is auto increment, and because that's our primary key and that's auto increment. Once you insert, or every time you insert record for this, automatically it will increment by one from the last value. Okay, from the last record that you have inserted. So whatever the ID is there will be incremented by one. Okay, so that is only for internal purposes, and then it should be parallel to your values. Okay, so once you specify last name first, so last name should come first also. So for the first name should come first also. The same thing with other fields that you want to include or specify. And if that is done successfully, okay, you have to print this message: the new contact has been saved, and click here is our link that you can click, and once it is being clicked, you will be redirected to view contacts.php, meaning to say going back to this one. Okay, so but once once you are redirected here, of course you will have the new value for the select asterisk from contacts. Okay, and once these values were shown or displayed, the last one that you have inserted will already be included, or will already be also shown from here. Okay, so meaning to say your record was inserted or was successfully added to your table or database. And then last time we added this form because I know we have already the existing form, but we added, or we do some twist here. Okay, we made some twist here for us to be able to use one single button for two purposes. Okay, that is to save the new record and to save the update, or for the existing record that we want to edit. Okay, so that's why we have this. And then actually we also added the two fields, the ID and the job. So the job and the ID could come from the URL variable here from our href, or it could come this one, job and the ID. This one is only ID, or from here. So this is a form field but hidden. Okay, that's why you couldn't see it on your form, but it's actually a form field that cannot be seen, but they exist. Okay, so once it is click the update button, so the edit button I mean, because we have here the edit. Okay, once it is clicked, the edit link, so our job equals edit and whatever the ID for this particular row, view contacts redirecting to itself, and this time we have now the job equals edit and whatever the ID. And if job equals edit, initially we don't have values, but if job equals edit, we are going to get the record, but this time we have the where clause, so only one record will be returned. Okay, that's why we did not use while here instead of while, only if, because we are only expecting one record, one specific record that we are going to edit. So once we have that, we are replacing these values from here, from the initial value empty string, we are replacing with this so that it could be displayed here. Okay, and as you can also see from here, we have the update contact, the CMD variable. Okay, so meaning the values from here, from there, will be displayed here. Okay, so when you click the edit button, you get the specific record for that ID, and you could already display those records into these form fields. Okay, you will see that later, or by the way, we've done that before. Okay, but we will navigate later into our browser. Okay, so and the value of the CMD will be updated, and it will become save contact or update contact. Okay, because save contact is for the insertion of the new contact. Update, when we click the edit, it will become update to only save the changes or modifications of the existing record or currently record that is being modified or updated. Okay, so from here, when we click the edit, okay, we have dot values, and else it will be put back to save contact caption or value. And once it is clicked, it will become update, because in our JavaScript we have here some manipulations that if cmd save value equals update contact, it should be, the job will become update job.value. Although this is a form field, but we did not specify a method equals get or post, so by default that is get. So it will become also a URL variable. Okay, update, and then whatever the ID. So because we have one parameter here, so meaning to say we are pointing also to the specific record that we are currently editing. Okay, so once you have that, you are passing into that value and then redirecting to the view contacts to itself, or to this existing or this current and particular file where we are right now. Okay, but this time we have carrying these values. Okay, we have now the job equals update, so these things will be ignored. This will not be done or executed already, because we don't have job equals edit. This time job equals update, and by fetching the values from the text box, because the user maybe the user has already changed the values from there or modified the contact numbers, maybe not the last name first name, or if that is the case, maybe if there is a typographical error, but mostly or very often it's not the last name and the first name that changed, or it's not the last name or first name that changes. Most likely it's the contact number. So whatever changes that the user has done, it wouldn't matter, because we're going to get that through these statements, and by executing the update followed by the table name and then setting those values. But don't forget the where clause to point it to the specific record that we are updating, and then we could now successfully update the record. So again, we have already done the create to insert new record, and read, at first read, because we are at first we viewed the contacts or we viewed the records, so we have the read, and now we have the update, and then at the create also for saving the contact. Okay, so if it's not updating, it's saving, so we are inserting new record into this table. Okay, so again, if it's last name, it should be last name at first. Okay, so if first name comes on the second, the same thing with this. So that's why I'm saying it should be parallel, otherwise this value will be lost, or will be saved into other fields. Let's say your first name and the last name interchanged, and then you will also get the wrong value for the last name, or you are storing or inserting wrong value for your first name or last name. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, now if we have these things already, for the delete, actually we have done this before, I think, on the second part of our topic for CRUD, or create, read, update, and delete. So once you click the delete link, because we've also included it into our fourth column where we have the different actions, the edit and the delete. So when we click the delete, we only need the ID of that particular record to be deleted, and once it is clicked, it will go here to this file. Okay, we will be redirected to this file, delete underscore contact.php, and what we have there is the header, the delete contact, and then the break, the line break to move to the second line, and this is the ID that we're getting, the specific ID, and establish the connection. And don't forget this, always establish a connection. And again, there is also another way, like you can just include, because anything that you are doing repeatedly, you can just put it in one include file, and you can just include it or put a require command or include command, so that you can just call the specific include file, okay, or a specific file, and you don't need to key in again this line, or if you still have other commands that are being used repeatedly, okay. But in our case, we did not do that because that is actually another topic, and it will just give you some confusion. So, and another thing is that if we always put it here, and sometimes I have also mistakenly forgotten to enter this, so that would retain to our to our mind that whenever you are going to execute the query, you should establish first a connection. That is our first parameter. Excuse me. Okay. So this is the delete from. That is a fixed phrase, and then followed by the table name and where, because if you don't have the where clause, all your records will be deleted, because this is syntactically correct, but the purpose of this is to delete the entire records for your contacts table, and that's not our purpose. What we want to delete is only that particular record being clicked, okay. So once it is done successfully, okay, that contact has been deleted, line break, and then the anchor tag, the return link will be redirected going back to the view contacts.php, wherein we have the contacts list. And once this is successfully deleted, of course, once it is being executed again, the looping statement, and this one, the query, this is now the updated record, and that record that we have deleted will no longer be included here, okay. So that's the summary of it, and we wrap up today our topics, our all our topics regarding the CRUD, the create, read, update, and delete, or sometimes we call it add, edit, delete, and view records, okay. Before we actually we don't have a program or a live session tomorrow, because we will be preparing for our Christmas season, and then our next when will be our next discussion. So today is 23, 24, 20. I think it's on Monday, 26. So that will be our next live tutorial. So since it's Monday, we will start again morning from 6 in the morning to 7 in the morning, okay. And on Tuesday again, that would be 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Philippine time, okay. So going back here, we've already reviewed the codes. Let's try to run it completely or fully, our simple application, okay. So from here, okay, we have the view contacts. We have 3 records. Let's say we want to input an example. Let's say Jan and then Doe, and then what's Jan Doe's number? Let's say for Jan Doe 911. Okay, Jan Doe 911 or 119 or save contact. Okay. So when we click the save button again, okay, let's take a look at here. When we click the save button, so the initial value for that, the default value is the save contact. So when we do save, okay, this is the JavaScript that we have inserted. It will go directly here. So this is the action. So this will be ignored, okay. So this is the action, and that will be submitted, meaning to say that will go to that particular or that this page or form will be submitted to that particular um, page or file, okay, or PHP file. Okay, so this is our PHP file. So whatever values that we have from our form field will be fetched here, will be gotten here, and then this one is just for um, debugging purposes or also illustration purposes. That meaning to say we had successfully fetched the value from our form, okay, and these are the form fields, and then we establish the connection. We use the insert into SQL statement correctly, and we pass the values, the last name, first name, and the contact number, and then that's it. The new contact has been saved. Click here, which is the link to go back to the view contacts. Okay, so let us see. Yeah, we have this, or you can just remove this. Okay, or you can just put here John Doe has been saved to our contact list, something like that. You can concatenate this, and you could also say his number is 911, something like that. So it depends on you, but what we want to highlight here is the saving. Okay, so if we click this, as you can see below, we have the view underscore contacts.php. I think that's status bar. Okay, when you click this one, we will be redirected back to this view contacts.php. This view contacts. Okay, and then you could see on our port record the Django 911. Okay, so that's what we're trying to say. Okay, and let's start to insert again another one. Let's say for a moment, what you are now seeing is the source code. Let's go back. Let's go back to the browser. This is what I have done. Anyway, we're going to add another one. Let's say one. Okay, let's say one masipag and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So when we click this save contact, again, this is what I was trying to say a while ago. So the records from our fields were fetched from, and then we have these values and we have this message. The new contact has been saved. Click here and we will be redirected to view contacts. What I have just said, you can put, let's say here, one masipag has been saved as our new contact. Okay, and then his number is 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. You can just concatenate these values, and that is dynamic. You can just include it to your message. Okay, but again, I did not focus very much with that, because what we want to just show here is the saving of or adding of new record. Okay, when I click this one, as you can see, we have now 5 records. So one masipag is already included. We have Django and then one masipag new records that we have added, because a while ago we have only 3 records. Okay, if we want to delete, let's say we want to delete, let's say this one, Django. If we want to delete that, okay, see, so delete contact, the contact has been deleted, return, that is the link that we created, return to contacts list. Let's just review very fast the delete contact. So once the delete is being clicked, you will be redirected here. You have the H1 as our header, delete contact word, and then the line break, and then we got the value for ID, and we establish the connection, and we execute the statement delete from contacts where ID equals ID, whatever the ID that we have passed into this, and if it's done successfully, we have this. For a moment, I'll show you the codes. Okay. This is what I am explaining. You have here the delete contact, and then you have here the connection established. Okay, and once established, you have here the delete statement. For that, we have the where clause, so that that is only for that particular record that which we are going to delete. Okay, If done successfully, and then we have this message, the contact has been deleted, and then the return link going back to the view contacts. Okay, going back to the source code. So that's how we do it. Okay, you have to delete contact, something like this. Again, I did not focus much on the design because our purpose here is to just show the 4 important functionalities in the database, and that is actually the secret. If you want to learn the very vital and important functionality in any programming language, you must learn these 4 things: the CRUD: create, read, update, and delete, or add, edit, view, and delete. Because if you can do that, meaning to say you can create a system because you're able to do that. Otherwise, maybe you only focus more on the displays. So those are only for the CSS, or I'm not saying that they are not important, but what I'm trying to explain is that if you want to create a system, you will really need to learn this before you can do that. Otherwise, you cannot develop a system without these functionalities. Okay, going back here, so we have now the delete, and let's try to click the return link. Okay, so we only have 4 records, and Django is already deleted. And let's try to do the edit. Let's say if we want to edit one masipag, and we want to put other, let's say one masipag last name is not one masipag, let's say what else, one hard work, or maybe not that one, hard work, because hard working is masipag. One mabait. Okay, so and then his number is let's say 2020. Okay, you click the update contact. Okay, so as you can see from here, we have the update, the one that we've created previously. Then ID equals 8, because we can check again here the database. So that we could see the changes that we're doing. Okay, so from here we have now, yes, so that is the internal ID. That's what I'm saying, that it increments by 1. That's auto increment. 8 mabait, 1 masipag, then 2020. So it's updating. Okay, and then what else? So actually we're done, and we have added a new record, actually 2 records. We've deleted the other one, and we've edited this one, and yeah, we have already clicked the update. Okay, so that's the entire process of our CRUD. Okay, again, next meeting we will be starting with the HTML. So this time I am requiring you to prepare your laptop and or desktop, so that because if you're going to use your gadget, it's very hard to debug or do some debugging and coding. Okay, so if you do scripting, it's better, especially when you are practicing. It's better because eventually you will also be installing some softwares that we need to use. Okay, so you prepare your laptop, and if you are using Windows, you can use Notepad for our practice, or other text editor that is only plain editor without the IntelliSense or the auto suggestion or the autocomplete tags, because we are not just familiarizing the tags or the commands or the scripts, but we also want to make some strategies that will retain longer, or that would really retain to our mind. Okay, because if you're the same thing when you also make some notes or you write some notes, somehow it has a better effect, okay, in retaining it to the memory. Okay, so again, before I finally end this session, you could just I will navigate the source code so that you could review. And then again, our next discussion will be on the 26th. That's Monday. So we don't have a live tutorial tomorrow because we are going to prepare for our Christmas season. Okay. By the way, Merry Christmas to all and enjoy your short vacation. Okay. And that's all for now, and bye bye.